I have. And they decriminalized abortion in a deeply Catholic country. And exactly like she just said, why can this country look like that right now? And it needs to. It needs to. We are going to be out here all day. We're going to be out here tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're going to have a concert in these streets. And I want to see all of you out there. Okay? Who else wants to come out and speak?
Hello. I'm from Latin America, which is where the Green Bandana movement originated. Many countries there recently legalized abortion. And a part of me hoped that I would never see it in the States, because that would mean that our rights were under attack. But yet, here we are, and the worst has come to pass. And I know a lot of people may feel frustrated about what has happened, but we gotta keep fighting. We can't give up now. We gotta keep fighting, because first it's abortion, and what's next? Contraceptives, gay marriage? They're just gonna keep going and going. And just because we're in California doesn't mean we're safe. So we gotta keep fighting. Fight to overturn this decision, and by any means necessary, okay?
That they reverse this decision now. Yes! Demand that they reverse this decision now. Supreme Court. And we have to take to the streets now. Get into the streets today, every day. Bring society to a grinding halt. All right, so I'm gonna have, who else wants to come up and
I'm out here today. My name is Chris. I'm a student from Boston. I'm trans. I have a uterus. And this is not just about women's rights. This is about everybody who has a uterus, everybody who experiences reproduction in any way, shape, or form. This is about the precedent that we are setting to remove the ability to marry who you fucking want. This is about removing the precedents that we have set that protect our liberties as Americans. This is about removing the precedents that we have set that set our very rights that are set in the Constitution, our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of friggin' happiness. We cannot have those basic human rights without access to abortion, without access to contraception, without access to comprehensive, equitable, reproductive care that centers women who have been marginalized, centers trans people, centers the poor women in our country, the single mothers, the women of color, the trans women of color. We cannot make progress until we start centering those groups and treating this like the public health crisis that it actively is.
Oh yeah. That's right. I saw somebody else.
The best decision I have ever made. They tell you that you're going to regret your decision to have abortion. Y'all, I got a lot of regrets. My abortion ain't one of them, okay? I had an abortion and I worked in abortion rights. I was a clinic escort in Little Rock, Arkansas, and in Dallas, Texas. I've watched the way they have chipped away at our rights for years. The idea of abortion being a choice has been an illusion for a long time. There are so many people in this country who, even though abortion is available to them technically and legally, it is not available to them in reality and actuality. And that is only going to become worse. I was lucky to be a white woman with $600 in Arkansas when it was still legal, because there are so many people that even when it was legal were not able to access abortion, and they suffered for it. These rich people make these decisions that they don't have to live with. They make decisions that you have to live with. You have to hold your friends and family when they cry because they can't get an abortion. You have to explain to their other children why they are gone when they die because they could not have an abortion. When I was a clinic escort, I heard so many stories that were in poverty because they didn't have health care, because they didn't have the things that should already be guaranteed to them as human beings, such as housing, food, and water. Illegitimate! Illegitimate!
My name is Becca Waite, W-A-I-T-E. I'm one of the leaders with the RiseUpForAbortionRights.org LA chapter.
And what was your initial reaction to the overturned Roe versus Wade?
I think like millions of Americans and millions of women right now, I'm absolutely gutted. It's terrifying, it's enraging, and it is unfortunately our reality right now, and that's something that we need to look inside of ourselves today and decide if we're going to sit back and be complacent or if we're going to stand up and speak out and say that we will not stand for this.
And, what do you hope to accomplish with the protest today?
I couldn't hear you.
What do you hope to accomplish today?
We are not here today to change people's minds. We're here to call on the millions of people that feel the way we feel and the millions of people who stand for women and women's rights, as well as LGBTQIA rights, black people, everyone in the world that's going to be affected by this. We already know that with this ruling, Justice Clarence Thomas has already issued statements coming for other rights, for marginalized groups. Our goal today is to call upon the millions to take to the streets, to get loud and shut society down and say that without our basic human rights, the society as we know it will fail to function.
Do you guys have any other planned protests for this coming week?
We're going to be here, I don't know what time it is today, but we're calling for people at noon, 2 and 5 o'clock today, and then we'll be back out here tomorrow, I believe at noon tomorrow, 1 o'clock today, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
I just want to call on everyone who's upset by this, on everyone who is sitting at home terrified and sick to their stomachs, that this is not a time to silently support pro-choice movements. It's not a time to silently support those in your life that have sought or seeking abortion. This is the time to let your voice be heard and join the movement and join the groups in the streets that are saying that we will not stand for this.
Francisca Romero.
¿Y cuál era tu reacción inicial de lo que pasó hoy?
Bueno, al principio estaba en shock, después estuve como enojada, no lo podía creer porque parte de mí creía que no iba a suceder, pero bueno, sucedió, en realidad era lo que iba a pasar y bueno, enseguida dije tengo que salir a protestar y luchar contra esto.
You get to decide? What do you hope to accomplish here today in the protest?
Bueno, queremos mostrar que no estamos de acuerdo con esto, que vamos a luchar y dar nuestro apoyo a todas las personas en el país que han perdido su derecho a un aborto, por más de que California es un estado santuario. Mucha gente en el país esto los va a afectar y tenemos que mostrar que no estamos de acuerdo y luchar todos los días hasta que esto se cambie.
My name is Lucha Bright, L-U-C-H-A-B-R-I-G-H-T, and I'm with the Revolution Club.
And what was your initial reaction to the Roe versus Wade being overturned?
Fury. Fury and sick to my stomach. This is the enslavement of women. What the overturning of Roe means is it means that essentially the highest court in the land has said that women no longer have a legal status as human beings in this society. That is something that cannot be allowed to stand. That is something that is a line they have crossed that nobody with a heart and a conscience should be willing to let happen. And this is the time where people need to interrupt their lives, interrupt their day, get into the streets, call others into the streets, shut this society down before we allow them to enslave women.
What do you hope to accomplish today with this protest? Or what's the message you want to put out to the public?
The message is get out here and do not let this stand. Legal abortion on demand nationwide. That has to be what we fight for, and do not allow the enslavement of women. This is something wrong in this country, and it's something wrong with this country. We need a revolution in this country. The ripping up and divide and split from top to bottom in this society is being concentrated right now in what future we are willing to fight for. And there is a fascist Christian movement that is enslaving women and moving towards a fascist future. And the fight right now to stop that from happening is a fight where we become a revolutionary people. And I want to encourage people to find out about the revolutionary leader Bob Avakian, and to go to the Revolution Club and the Revolution Nothing Less show on YouTube, and to find out the strategy and right now become part of a people that is fighting for a future for the emancipation of women and the emancipation of humanity.
We won abortion rights. How did we win it? In the streets! We need to get organized. We need to understand that we have to build an independent Labor Party. I know I sound like a broken record, but we need a left party to defend abortion rights, being led by this conservative minority. And I need all of you to bring this spirit and your livelihood to the November elections, because we need to elect people that represent our values. Even in California in June, the voting numbers were abysmal. We have to get people to the voting booths. And this archaic way of calling people on the phone and saying, go vote for this candidate, go.
You got it. So again, I want to invite other people from whatever perspective you're coming from, why you're out here, why other people need to take to the streets and stay in the streets and demand
Supreme Court. Keep your legal decision out of our fucking uteri! In 2016, when y'all put Trump in office and I couldn't vote, y'all said we were hysterical for thinking Roe v. Wade would be overturned. Look at where we are today. And if y'all have seen Thomas's concurrent opinion to today's decision, more of our rights are on the executioner's block. We're talking gay marriage, rights to contraceptives. They're all next. Anti-abortion advocates need another target, and they're the rest of our fucking human rights. To all the Democrats sitting pretty in your office with your corporate money, fuck all of y'all for not doing anything. You sat there and watched as bans were put into place, and you did nothing for us. So fuck all of y'all saying we should vote, because Dems are doing nothing for us. We need direct action in the streets. If you're sitting on your ass at home and you're feeling comfortable thinking you're safe, your rights